Today I am very excited to introduce to all of you a game for the entire family. The only catch is it's a game nobody has ever won. Stick around. Hi friends, I'm Bill Hobson, and as I record these thoughts, Christmas is about 2 weeks away, which means it's time for the most popular game show in all of America, and perhaps around parts of the world where we have wealth and stuff. It's called the Great Christmas Comparison Competition, the game where everybody plays and no one wins. For the past few months, you have been inundated with a barrage of commercials on TV and radio and social media, all focused on one primary theme: stuff. Do you have the right things? Do you have the newest things? Do you have the nicest things? Like your neighbors and friends have. And back in October, when the midterm elections were the focus of our nation, the ads we all saw did two things. Well, they always spoke poorly of the opponent from the other side, and then they told terrifying tales of how he or she was always going to be coming for your stuff. She wants to take away your Social Security. He wants to raise your taxes, and it was all related to our stuff, right? We're glad that those days are past. But then we sprint right away into the holiday season where every retailer, every product, every brand tries to make you feel as if your life will not be complete or really even acceptable until you purchase whatever it is they're selling. All of that leads us into a comparison mindset where instead of being thankful and content with what we have, we start to measure ourselves by what someone else has, right? Let's do a little experiment. For those of you who actively engage on social media, when was the last time one of your friends or you posted pictures from a terrible dinner that you made from scratch? Or a vacation failure? Or that post that proudly boasted about their kids failing a class or getting cut from the team? That's not how social media works, we know that. It's a vehicle for putting a shine on every aspect of our lives, even when our lives might not be very shiny. And it leads others to wish that they could be more like you, and vice versa. In a more tangible example, I'm a gadget guy. I love technology, especially the new stuff. I'm recording this video using technology that was new when I got it, but no longer is. It's somehow newer, more advanced cameras and lights and mics have come into the marketplace, and I don't have them all. I'm also a golfer. Every few months, the major golf manufacturers introduce the newest, the best, the longest distance drivers and irons. This is our longest driver ever. It's the common pitch that they all make. But if this were true after all these years, wouldn't I be hitting the ball like 600 yards? I'm hoping to get my point. All of those ads, all of those messages are designed to make you compare your current life status to whatever vapid promises they're offering to you. Hear me clearly, please. The primary goal of our consumer-based culture is to make you unsettled with what you have and who you are. You don't believe me? Try buying a gift for a teenager in your life, but do it without any concern for the logo or the label on that gift. I dare you. Go and buy the clothing your son or your nephew wants, but get them a different brand and then see how often it's worn to school. That is going to be in the closet for a very long time. Or forget the kids, how about for us adults? Take a moment and ask yourself what comparison traps you might fall into. Is it your car, your home, your watch, your spouse? As I told you at the beginning of this talk, we're playing a game that has no winners, the Great Christmas Comparison Competition, where everyone is unhappy with what they have and trying to acquire what they don't have. So, since we know that there are no winners in this Great Christmas Comparison Competition, what do we do when we find ourselves playing that game? We can get dragged into it without really even knowing it. Well, how about we start by realizing that no matter what else is happening in our lives, we have been blessed by God in ways that no commercial, no candidate, no product will ever be able to match. And we've been blessed in ways that never go out of style or need an updated logo. There are some words in 1 Timothy in the New Testament that I think are appropriate for right now. Ready? Here we go. But godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of the world. But if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation, into a snare, into many senseless and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. How many times have we seen in the headlines someone of a prominent status being plunged into ruin and destruction, all because of their desire to acquire something that they shouldn't have been trying to acquire, or they went about it in a completely illegal way? Plunged into ruin and destruction. I continue with Timothy. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Very important to hear this. It does not say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. It is through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pains. Pierced themselves. It almost sounds like playing the Christmas comparison game results in self-inflicted injuries. Friends, I'd like to encourage you during this Christmas season and beyond, because the comparison game really has no final whistle. The clock never runs out on this one. It never ends. I'd like to encourage you to be thankful for who you are and what you have, to resist the urge to focus on what you don't have or someone else does have, to develop in your kids and grandkids an appreciation for the little things that matter, that can never be put into a box, that they'll never see in a commercial, that social media and more screen time will never offer. These are the things that matter, and this is how you win the game.